what is today?
Today's Thursday the 14th. It's Valentine's Day. And
that's
we're
right.
lonely.
Yeah, we're lonely, so we're doing,
so we're doing a podcast.
But we hope that things. Joe Flacco, just yesterday, was traded.
Seems like a desperate move by John Elway. But I'm going to hold off on, calling it a terrible move until I see the man play.
The fact is they were winning games with Joe Flacco, too. The fact is the Broncos gave up a fourth-round pick for Joe Flacco. That's a bargain.
Oh, their last 5 seasons, their stats are identical.
There's nothing based off the rest of his career that shows he is who he was in Minnesota.
It's going to be good for the Broncos.
He's an upgrade, but not by much. It's another Band-Aid.
It could be a Band-Aid that wins us a Super Bowl.
The Broncos aren't going to draft a quarterback in the first round, in my opinion. I think that's a no-brainer.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Dudes Who Deliver on Demand. Streaming to you through YouTube. I am Y-Dog. Now call me your dog.
I'm Big Sean. Please don't call him your dog or Y-Dog because both are kind of atrocious.
Come up with a different name.
Yeah, if you have suggestions on a name for Yuri, send them in. Please.
For the love of God, please.
Send them in.
So, let's, without further ado, get into the biggest news of the week. It is Tuesday, the 19th of February, and just 12 hours ago, Manny Machado signed the biggest free agent deal ever. $300 million, 10 years guaranteed. He is now officially the best in terms of getting money, Sean.
So it's not. I don't think it's official yet.
It is not official. You're correct.
All signs point to him going to the Padres. 10 years, $300 million. If you listen to our last podcast, I think I chuckled profusely
you did.
at the thought of Machado going to the Padres,
you're eating your laughs.
I still kind of do chuckle just because, why?
Yeah.
But they haven't ruled out the possibility of Bryce Harper yet either, so that's kind of concerning because if they get both, NL West is up for grabs.
Absolutely. So Machado has been really good. He is 26 years old now. So he will start the season as a 26-year-old. Thank God he finally started to make up his mind. We were getting real tired of waiting.
Well, yeah, everyone's reported to spring training already, and here are the two biggest free agents. They haven't even signed yet. It's crazy.
Yeah. So let's just talk a little bit about his stats. His OPS, I don't really know what that means in general. It's usually better the higher it is. Like 56. So
I like the way you put that. Yeah.
It's he's averaged 36 home runs per year since 2015. Entering 2019, see if he can keep that going. He had 37 last year.
Nolan's better.
Yes, absolutely.
I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, tell me what you think of this. I had this thought. Mm-hmm. Who knows if the Rockies are going to be able to afford to pay Nolan, and who knows if Nolan Arenado wants to stay with the Rockies. Okay, tell me what you think of this idea.
Okay.
Obviously, it's out the window now, but what if they were to trade Nolan and have signed Machado?
Before this happened?
Yes. What would your thoughts be on that? Because, hear me out.
If the Rockies had just...
Machado has played third base and he's played shortstop. Mm-hmm. We have a shortstop in Trevor Story. So, obviously, Machado would play third base, probably. The haul back you would get from Nolan would be astronomical. It would be insane.
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't know if he wants to be here.
It doesn't seem...
What do you think about that situation? If we were to have signed Machado, which we probably couldn't afford anyway, and traded Nolan for literally someone's whole team.
Well, I think we would have been in the same spot that we're going to be in anyways, which is we're going to have to pay a ridiculous amount for somebody, one of these third basemen, and I'd rather have Nolan Arenado. That's just me, though. His defense is better. His offense is typically better.
But this is what I'm saying. You sign Nolan, congrats, you get Nolan. Obviously that's great. Mm-hmm. But if you sign Machado and then trade Nolan, you get who knows what in addition to Machado.
You're right.
So you can sign either one of them and you'll have them.
Yeah.
But if you sign Nolan, all you have is Nolan.
Yeah. We're supposed to be talking about Manny Machado, but what do you think the likelihoods of Nolan signing with the team are right now?
I honestly couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
He got what, $26 million in arbitration?
Yeah.
I honestly don't know what a deal for Nolan would even look like.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, he's better than Machado. I would take Nolan over Machado.
I think anyone
So I don't
would.
even know what that contract would begin to look like. It'd be insane.
It would be insane.
So honestly, right now, I don't know what the future holds. I think they're just kind of taking it day by day at this point.
Yeah.
Hopefully get something worked out, but...
Well, I mean, if they know they can't get it worked out, we need to get something from Nolan. We can't just let him walk.
That's what I'm
not
saying.
Get anything. That'd be dumb. So here's the projected lineup with Manny Machado now at the Padres helm. So the Padres still look like shat a little bit. They're a little bit less shat now. They're still pretty bad. They have Ian Kinsler.
Who's like 90 years old. Decaying body Ian Kinsler.
Yeah, Eric Hosmer, who doesn't know how to make up his mind in the batter's box.
He's good, but...
Just keeps running around in the batter's box. Then you got Manny leading third. Then Will Myers, who destroys the Rockies. Left field, Hunter Renfroe.
Ooh.
Manuel Margot.
Ooh.
Center field. Ooh. And then, I don't even know who the hell this guy is. Austin Hedges.
Is that a
like
catcher?
I guess.
Austin Hedges? I've heard of him.
Oh. And then you got number 8, shortstop Luis Arias.
I'm not afraid of them.
Yep. I mean, they look kind of like the Orioles a little bit.
Like I said, if they were to somehow pull off Bryce Harper as well,
then they'd have a crazy
I would be
offense.
terrified.
Yeah, they'd have a crazy offense. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but that will bring us into our next topic, which
Sorry,
is the
just real quick, I'm looking out the window, and I'm seeing this dude scrape off the snow on his car with a broom, and it's like oddly satisfying.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
So what were you saying?
So that brings us into our next topic, which is Bryce Harper. He is Brycey, the pricey Harper. That didn't go as well as I had hoped for it to go. Anyways, he's still a free agent, if you haven't heard.
Phillies.
Still going with the Phillies?
Phillies. Changed my mind.
Well, I'm looking at these articles, and he could become the highest paid free agent as well. He could top Manny Machado. I don't know why. Let's get into this a little bit. Is Manny Machado worth more than Bryce Harper? I would say absolutely yes. If you look at his stats.
It's tough. It's really tough because obviously they're both premier elite athletes at their respective positions.
Yeah.
Game on the line. Who am I taking? Probably Manny Machado.
Yeah. Okay, so Harper in 2018 hit 249. You said you'd take Harper over Manny?
No, I literally just said.
Good.
I need one at bat.
Okay.
With the game on the line, I'm taking Manny Machado.
Okay, good. So Harper hit 249.
Gotta listen to me, bro.
34 homers and 100 RBIs in 2018, which is not bad. The only reason I think Manny Machado's better and probably deserves the biggest contract ever is because of his average.
Well, he doesn't deserve the biggest contract ever.
Manny?
That's the thing.
Nolan does.
Nolan.
Yeah. But among the free agents right now, it's Manny. So, Bryce Harper, I don't know, man. It's just so weird. I hope he doesn't. It's either going to be the Padres, it looks like, or the Phillies.
I still heard the Giants aren't out of it.
Oh, right.
So there's a chance he's going to end up in the NL West.
And that's an interesting take because let's think from the perspective of the Giants. You just saw the Padres make the biggest splash in free agency. What the hell? Why not? Why not go after him?
This is kind of off topic, but did you see Bruce Bochy's calling it quits after this year?
No. He's
retiring as manager of the Giants after this season.
So what better way to go out than sign Brycey? Right?
That's cringy.
Why?
Just what you're saying. The thought of Bryce Harper to the Giants isn't cringy, but you calling him Brycey's cringy.
Yeah, it's a little cringeworthy. But Bryce Harper,
I don't want him in the NL West, so go Phillies.
Yeah, I think he's going to land with the Giants, unfortunately.
Phillies got JT Realmuto, Andrew McCutchen. If they get Bryce Harper, dude, they have Aaron Nola. They got a nice little squad over there.
That's true.
So I'm going to predict he's going to the Phillies.
And I will predict he goes to the Giants, so we'll see where he ends up. But I think it'll happen fairly soon.
Oh, I don't know.
next day
I don't
or
know
two,
the
maybe?
timelines of professional players, but you would think they'd want to probably get it done soon. Sooner the better. Spring training's starting.
Yeah, seriously. So those are the two biggest MLB free agents. Also, this is a little bit interesting. The Dodgers signed Russell Martin back.
Catcher?
Or I don't know if they traded for him or signed him back, but he's back on the
That
Dodgers.
wasn't recently, was it? That wasn't recent.
No, but I just saw that today. I didn't realize he had gone to the Dodgers. I was wondering who their catcher was going to be, but it's going to be Russell Martin, so that's kind of cool. But let's talk about what's coming up on this show.
So after the break, we'll dive into some off-season NFL topics, free agents, where they might land, what's going on with Antonio Brown,
Yes, sir.
Le'Veon Bell situation. Steelers are a mess. We're going to review, if you recall, in our last episode, we talked about NBA All-Star Weekend. So we're just going to go over our picks real quick because they were bad.
They were bad.
Maybe
I
touch
went
on the
0 for 3.
All-Star game. It's usually not worthy of watching.
It wasn't this year either.
Maybe a little bit of the AAF, because there's some news today
I have no
that
idea.
came out.
Did they
that
get bailed
they
out?
sold the AAF
Yeah, I thought
because
they
they
got banked
already ran out of money or something. So that's coming
kinda
up
funny.
next on Dudes Who Deliver. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to the Dudes Who Deliver. Let's get into some NFL stuff. Actually, let's get into the NBA stuff. Let's just get that
Just
out
real
of the way
quick?
real quick. Yeah.
All right, so this past weekend was NBA All-Star Weekend. We talked about our picks for all the contests. So 3-point contest, you had Stephen Curry.
Yeah,
And he came in second. You know who he lost to?
your guy?
My pick, Joe Harris, Brooklyn Nets, represent.
Boo.
So that's basically the only success that we had this whole All-Star Weekend.
Yeah.
The dunk contest, we both picked John Collins, and I think he came like third out of 4. So
Did he?
yeah, Hamidou Diallo took it.
Oh, really?
Skills challenge, you picked Luka Doncic, I picked Nikola Jokic, and they both kind of, they lost. Jason Tatum came out on top on that one.
Yeah.
So the All-Star game was usually, it was what it usually is. I think the final score is like 178 to 164. So
That's
no defense whatsoever. It was
a
cool.
comeback.
It was cool, yeah. Team Giannis was leading most of the game by a large margin, and Team LeBron came back. But it was cool to see what the NBA did with Dirk Nowitzki and Dwayne Wade. They made them like honorary selections because, let's be honest, they're both not All-Star worthy this year. They're old.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
But it was just cool to see 2 Hall of Famers get chosen to represent the league. So that was awesome. Yeah. Dwayne Wade, Dirk Nowitzki, shout out, 2 legends. Dirk kind of caught fire in the actual game. We got to see Dwayne Wade throw one last oop to LeBron, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So season starts back up. I want to say Thursday. First game's back.
Yes, that's correct.
So it'll be interesting stretch run.
Honestly, this is the worst time of the year, man, for sports. It's so boring right now.
But we got the AAF.
Yeah, I got to get into that. I still have not watched the game.
I watched. So when it started, I was like, "Let's go!
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick a squad. I'm gonna rep that squad. We're gonna win the ship.
Buy a jersey.
No, but we're gonna win the ship, and that's gonna be my team.
Yeah.
Because I don't associate with losers except for the Broncos sometimes. But so I watched week 1. I watched 1 game, and I had to stream the game.
Oh, illegally?
Of course.
Yeah.
So I streamed a game, and that's the only game I've watched.
Mm-hmm.
This past weekend, I was more interested in NBA All-Star Weekend. And I don't,
Yeah.
like I said before the break, I don't know the whole situation. I'd have to read up on it. But the AAF basically lost all their money already.
I
Sold
just don't get it.
sold the league.
So it's reported that they needed $250 million more to keep the league going.
They sold it to somebody that owns a team, correct?
I think what happened was somebody, an NHL owner, Helped them, yes. And then he bailed them out with $250 million of his own money.
I wish I could do that.
Yeah.
I wish I could just hand over 250 mil.
I mean, the MVP for the AAF is obviously that guy.
But
Or it was a Hurricanes owner, Tom Dundon.
okay, yeah, that's what I heard.
So that's cool, I guess. I think I'm going to be a Arizona fan. They have a team, right?
That's my team, the Arizona Hotshots.
Yeah. I think I'll just pick them because they're closest to the Denver area.
This is what I've been thinking.
I think.
With the AAF, it was good week 1. Probably just because football had just ended, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Later down the line, like this past weekend, like I said, I didn't watch a single minute of it because I was preoccupied with the NBA All-Star Weekend.
Mm-hmm.
What happens when it's March Madness?
Yeah, they're going to lose.
People
a lot
are
of
not
that.
going to watch the AAF over March Madness games.
Nope.
At all.
Not even a chance.
It'll be interesting to see what happens with this league going forward. They're already
It is an interesting
in a rut.
Yeah, it's an interesting storyline. I don't know how it's going to go. The Hotshots won, by the way, this last Saturday, apparently.
Yeah, they're 2-0, baby.
Hell yeah, dude. So, cool for that stuff. So, AAF, shout out to them. Maybe they'll get better.
Good luck. I could see it as a
It's hard to
developmental
top-
league.
It's hard to top the NFL.
Oh, it's not going to top
Yeah.
the NFL. Like I said, they could associate it
close.
with the NFL.
Yeah.
Maybe make it a developmental league. Because it would be cool to see players on your current favorite team playing.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, it's a bunch of bums
Nobody's ever heard
who
of
just weren't. I mean, there's some names in there, but there's just some players that just weren't good enough for the league. If you get players that are in the NFL, but they just maybe don't get as much playing time,
It'd be cool.
send them down there, get some run, get some practice, and people would be more inclined to
Meaningful.
tune in
Yeah.
if they know the names and they're associated with their favorite team.
Yeah, because I have no inclination to tune in right now.
No.
I mean, other than the Hotshots is a cool team, I guess. Well, let's move on to the NFL. National Football League. The Denver Broncos are going to be parting ways with Brandon Marshall. So this brings up the free agency question for the Denver Broncos.
C.J. Mosley.
That's what I've been hearing too. C.J. Mosley, he's 35 years old.
No, he's not.
Says it. Oh,
He's like 26.
No, yeah, he's 26. Sorry, I read that incorrectly.
Yeesh.
Yeah, he's
Yikes.
26 years old. And, okay, I thought he was 35. That's why I wasn't excited. But
The Broncos
for some
need
reason,
a
I read that wrong.
linebacker so bad.
Yeah. Was he with, maybe I'm thinking of a different dude. He's still with the Ravens, right? That's who he finished the season with, right?
Yeah, he's a free agent.
Okay. Cool. So, that'd be kind of cool if we got C.J. Mosley. What do you think the likelihood is of that getting done, I guess?
I think it's pretty likely.
Because we have the draft picks now, to draft another defensive player on top of him. If we were able to sign him, we could save a draft pick for a cornerback or something, and solve 2 defensive positions at the same time, which would be very nice. But it does appear that the Denver Broncos are kind of getting into that. They're trying to create a version of what the 2015 Broncos were like.
My big concern with the Broncos this year is Matt Paradis.
Yeah, we need to
Keeping
sign
him because he's going to test free agency. He's our only good offensive lineman, really, that we've ever drafted in recent years. He's good. Been to a couple Pro Bowls. So that would be a top priority for me. Depending on what the market is for him, you're going to have to let him walk.
Really?
Yeah, you're not
That
going to
sucks.
overpay for. You can't overpay for a center.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Man.
I think a priority is obviously the offensive line. Because no matter who you have back there with this offensive line, they're not going to showcase their full ability.
Yeah.
You got Philip Lindsay and Cortland Sutton and Deshaun Hamilton, exciting players on offense from this past rookie class. That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Bradley Chubb, Isaac Yiadom. I still like him as a cornerback. I think he has a promising future, but they got to get one in the draft. Yeah, it'll be interesting.
It's definitely gonna be fun to watch what the Broncos do. I think C.J. Mosley would be the best bet. Just sign him. Like, we should really go all out on him because he's pretty damn good too.
He is.
I don't know what he had. Okay, had 105 tackles combined last year. He only had half a sack for some reason. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I thought he would have more. His stats aren't impressive, but he's just a kind of the guy that you can. Oops, my
Out here throwing
fell.
mics, boy.
My microphone fell down. He's
Fell
just
out.
kind of just what's the word? Reliable. He's a reliable guy, and he's going to disrupt plays. That's his big thing. He can disrupt plays. He doesn't have the, like the star to him, I guess, the star quality, but he's just really consistent.
I'm going to miss Brandon Marshall.
Yeah.
He's been hurt the past couple years, so he hasn't really affected the team positively in any way, and obviously that's not his fault. So I can see the reason they're moving on.
Yeah.
I'm going to miss that man, though. He was a dog.
Yeah, he was. In his prime, he was electric.
He came from nothing. He was, probably an undrafted rookie, I think.
You think he was, yeah.
He went to Jacksonville, didn't do anything. Broncos took a chance on him, and he thrived.
Yep.
So shout out Brandon Marshall.
Big part of that Super Bowl.
That's my guy. It is.
So, gonna miss you, pal. I don't know where he ends up.
I don't know. I don't know all the team needs right now. Who needs a linebacker besides, obviously, us? But.
Yeah. So, with that, there's also this other name that keeps popping up. I don't know if you know him. His name is K'Wan Alexander. He's of the Buccaneers.
Yeah, I've heard of him. He's solid.
Yeah, he is... What is his age? He's not going to tell me.
He's pretty young, too, I think.
Yeah, I think I recall he was 24, I believe. He's played with the Tampa Bay the whole year. Yeah, he's 24. And he's going to, I guess, test free agency. He's had 297 career tackles. He could be another potential signing if somehow we're not able to. I don't know who you'd prefer over that. C.J. Mosley or
I would take C.J. Mosley.
K1. Yeah. So, but that's just another potential player that we could target, if C.J. Mosley decides to go elsewhere.
I think we'll have to wait, to see how things unfold.
Mm-hmm.
It's too easy. It's too early for us to speculate.
Yeah, it is.
Because we don't run a front office. Cool. Like I just said, Brandon Marshall came from nothing and was a star in our legendary defense. It's easy to speculate right now, like, C.J. Mosley. There could be guys out there that just are a better fit.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting.
So with that in mind, let's turn our attention to some of the other big free agents, the biggest free agents, or, off-season news people. Antonio Brown, obviously.
I think Antonio Brown is forgetting that he's not a free agent.
Yeah, I think he is, because he's acting talking a lot. He's talking quite a bit, like...
the Steelers still have control over him.
Yeah, he has any say in where he goes or anything.
It's pretty funny. Dude's a clown.
Yeah, he's a diva. He's also, 31?
Sorry, before we advance, I just want to touch on the Broncos real quick. Emmanuel Sanders came out today saying he's not going to restructure his contract. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with him, too. Because if he's not going to restructure, there's a chance they part ways.
This year?
Yes, this offseason.
Oh, God.
There's a chance. Because... he's a 31-year-old coming off of an Achilles tear.
That's true. But who would replace him?
A name that they said on the radio today that was intriguing? Golden Tate.
Oh, interesting. Because he is a free agent now.
And he can play in the slot. Emmanuel Sanders doesn't want to play in the slot.
Interesting. Okay.
So that's a potential name. I don't know how serious that would be, but...
There's some other wide receivers that are free agents this year. Adam Humphries.
He's a good little receiver. Tampa
Bay.
Maybe
he just doesn't get enough reps. Maybe
I picked him up in fantasy. Let me tell you,
he was solid,
good.
Yeah,
he's good, and he had Jameis Winston throwing. Imagine with elite man Joe Flacco.
Yeah,
Joe Flacco.
And then there's one
as
of the Williams,
SVP would say.
Yeah. Then there's one of the Williams from
the Chargers.
Yeah, the Chargers.
LA Chargers.
LA Chargers.
It's probably Tyrell.
Yeah, Tyrell's free agent. Cole Beasley. Who cares?
Cole Beasley's good.
Okay. John Brown. Now, I thought it'd be kind of cool.
Cole Beasley's
to put
better
him
than
back.
John Brown.
Yeah, but to put John Brown back with Joe Flacco.
I don't want John Brown.
They were lighting it up. when Joe Flacco was playing with John Brown.
How about we just go trade for Antonio Brown?
That's another potential thing. Probably wouldn't make any sense.
Maybe Le'Veon Bell. Go get Le'Veon Bell.
Reunite the Steelers.
No, I mean, it's one or the other. We're not going to get both. I just heard them talking on the radio, too, one day about how Le'Veon Bell, maybe the Broncos make a splash for Le'Veon Bell.
Interesting. But we got Philip Lindsay, though.
No, yeah, they would complement each other well, I think.
Okay.
Because Royce Freeman, he didn't show that he could be one of the guys, you know?
Mm-hmm.
He's still solid and he's young. It's only his rookie season, but
yeah,
if you can get a guy like Le'Veon Bell,
yeah,
you would replace Royce Freeman no problem.
Oh, yeah. He'd be gone the next day. Antonio Brown, back to him. I am going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to say there's a good chance he gets traded to the Raiders. I take it your silence is not complimenting.
I just, like, it could work.
Yeah.
I just don't know. I just don't know if I could see it per se. I mean,
they got the first round picks to make it happen.
No, yeah, I just don't know. Because I feel like Gruden, like, this is not a move you make and you're all of a sudden a contender.
Of course not. No.
I just don't know if I see it happening just because of the way Gruden's molding this team. It seems like they want to do it through the draft and kind of build up. So if you get Antonio Brown, like, kudos, but that's not going to you're not going to become a playoff team this year.
Yeah. So I just think that they're a likely team because they're one of the only teams that can eat up his money.
It makes sense.
You know what I mean? And if the Steelers want to play a little diva, why not ship him over to a less than good team, I guess? Because the Raiders are less than good.
That's what I would do. I would send Antonio Brown to the trash of the NFL.
Yeah, do it. Screw him. He wants to talk all this trash and be like, yo, 49ers, where you at? Eyeballs.
He went off on
bro, you don't have any say in where you land.
He went off on Big Ben the other day, Antonio Brown, saying he has an owner's mentality and players are afraid to make mistakes around him because basically they feel he thinks he's overpowering.
Wow.
It's the whole situation's weird, man.
It's just a giant cluster.
I think Mike Tomlin might have to go soon. He's lost that team.
He sure has, dude. So that's my pick for where Antonio Brown lands. I'm assuming you probably pick 49ers.
I think that's the easy choice.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Seahawks. I'm just kidding. I don't have any reason to pick them. I don't know. Yeah. I honestly don't know right now.
Okay. I'm just going to go out and in way too early speculation. I just think he's going to go to the Raiders because that'd be funny. And maybe I'm just thinking from the terms of the Steelers front office, like, hey, how do we screw over AB? Why don't we send him to a mediocre team? So that's that. And then Le'Veon Bell, the speculation is the Jets are the clear favorite to get him.
I think we've talked about this. I don't know if we've talked about it on the podcast. I think we have. The Colts.
Yeah. Yes, that's 100% where I'm going.
I would love to see him there.
Yeah, I think he's going to... And there's other speculation about the Texans potentially.
I've heard the Buccaneers.
Huh. Now, that could be interesting.
I've heard the Buccaneers, which is weird, but...
Yeah. And that's the difference between Le'Veon Bell and Antonio, is Le'Veon gets to decide where he gets to go, obviously. Unless they use a transition tag.
Which, if they do, oh my God, I kind of hope they do, just to make it even more of a mess.
Oh my God.
That would be hilarious.
But I'm thinking the Colts, man. Still thinking the Colts.
I'm thinking Colts or Jets.
Yeah. Well, that's going to about wrap it up. We kind of did a pretty good show here. I mean, it's coming up on 28 minutes and 15 seconds, so pretty good timing. You know, worst month of the year right now going on, people. This is literally the boringest time of the year for sports.
Yeah, if you're not a basketball fan.
Yeah, literally nothing happens.
Because NBA playoffs are about to be litty. Yeah, it's about to be hype.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. And I'm just getting into the NBA. I'm starting to get a little excited, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I was still happy with the Nuggets the whole year.
Hey,
it's like now I'm starting to get...
PSA, Yuri is trash at 2K.
Correct.
And it's...
freaking terrible game.
It's hilarious.
Freaking game.
We're starting a league with a couple buddies, and he is trash. But it's okay. There's only room for improvement.
Only time will tell.
I think that about wraps it up. We're just rambling now.
Yeah.
You got anything to add?
I did.
Usual.
And I forgot because you told me I
usual.
sucked at 2K, so I forgot what I was going to say. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm not wrong. You could follow us on Twitter at Dudes Who Deliver. Subscribe, like the video, share the video, comment what we can do better, what you liked about it. We're gonna try, like, once we get a bigger audience, if we ever get a bigger audience, leave questions for us to talk about in the next podcast or something.
Yes, please. And then we will absolutely talk about it.
We can have the fans drive one of our shows.
Yeah.
If we can
all
get
of our shows.
If we can get enough interaction.
Yeah.
Enough traffic to this podcast. So that about wraps it up for tonight. For Yuri, Y-Dog, your dog.
Whatever it is.
I'm Big Sean. Have a good night, folks.